We here at Revolutionary War Rarities appreciate your watching and listening. Please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, join our Facebook group, and listen on your favorite podcast application. Jim Griffith and Jim Maples will return in the next episode with a new look in a new studio. But for today, we now present the podcast from the Sons of the American Revolution, Revolutionary War Rarities.
An American Rembrandt. Season 1, Episode 25. Hi and welcome to Season 1, Episode 25 of Revolutionary War Rarities. We are the podcast from the Sons of the American Revolution. There were numerous incredible artists back in the colonial period. One that we have discussed in a previous podcast is John Trumbull, and his incredible and large works of art that are currently hanging in the rotunda of the Capitol. But there were others. In fact, there was one very influential artist family that came from Maryland, but ultimately landed in Philadelphia. The patriarch of the family was named Charles Willson Peale. He was a captain in the Pennsylvania militia and participated in numerous battles, including Trenton and Princeton. While in the field with the militia, Charles Willson Peale painted miniature portraits of various officers in the colonial army. Miniature portraits were exactly that. They were just very small paintings of individuals that would fit into a small locket, into pocket watches, or into pieces of jewelry. Frequently, these paintings may be only 1.5 inches by 1 inch. Over his career in art, he ultimately painted around 1,100 portraits. This included founding fathers who sat for the portraits such as George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, John Hancock, James Varnum, Alexander Hamilton, and John Adams. Charles Willson Peale had George Washington sit for portraits 7 times. Ultimately, Peale opened a portrait gallery, which became known as Peale's Museum. As luck would have it, the Peale Museum was originally located in Independence Hall in Philadelphia. Now, if you jump to the next major conflict, it would be the War of 1812. The Peale Museum was moved to Baltimore, Maryland that year. That's when Peale gave his job to his son Rubens. Charles Peale had 10 children, most of them named after his favorite painters. But the main child we are going to discuss today is Rembrandt Peale. I'll let you guess who he was named after.
Rembrandt Peale made his artistic debut by utilizing his father to secure a model. The model, which he painted when he was only 17 years old, just happened to be George Washington. His desire was to create a painting that would ultimately be considered the standard likeness of Washington. Rembrandt Peale ultimately took his original painting and repainted it 79 times. His family considered him to be obsessed with this effort. In fact, they considered this to be a very unhealthy obsession. Ultimately, Rembrandt Peale ended up securing his goal. In his final attempt, he painted what became known as the porthole portrait of Washington. It was purchased by Congress in 1832 for $2,000, roughly equivalent to $66,000 today. And today it hangs in the old Senate chamber in the United States Capitol. Another Washington portrait by Rembrandt Peale today hangs in the Oval Office within the White House. Peale family paintings from the patriarch Charles Willson Peale, Rembrandt Peale, Rubens Peale, and the other Peale children are currently located in museums all across the country. These paintings can be seen in the White House, the Capitol, the National Museum of American Art, the National Portrait Gallery, the Smithsonian Museum, the Baltimore Museum of Art, the Maryland Historical Society, the Pennsylvania Academy of Fine Arts, and many, many other places. Charles Willson Peale painted 771 oil portraits, 297 portrait miniatures, 29 landscape paintings, 11 still-life subjects, and 10 history paintings. Rembrandt Peale completed more than 600 paintings. Rubens Peale completed 130 paintings. And there were other children and other paintings.
So, one of the most prolific artistic families in history just happened to produce their art on subjects pertinent to the founding of this country. And, as a result of their paintings, today we understand much better who these founding fathers were, how they looked, how they dressed, and even many of their physical qualities. And strangely enough, Rembrandt Peale shared his birthday with the person who was his artistic obsession, George Washington. They were both born on February 22nd. So, today the Sons of the American Revolution thanks the Peale family and the historic artwork that they so brilliantly created for all of our enjoyment, as well as our education. And we hope that everyone who is listening to us today will now have a better appreciation for the Peale family artwork when they happened to see it in so many locations across the country. And hopefully we will now all understand just exactly what their artwork has meant to this great nation.
Plutarch, the great Greek philosopher, stated, "Painting is silent poetry, and poetry is painting that speaks." Well, the entire Peale family spoke to all of us through their paintings and told us much about our history. And for that, we are thankful. Thank you for joining us today for this episode of Revolutionary War Rarities, and we hope to have you join us again in 2 weeks for Season 1, Episode 26, entitled, "You're Declaring What?" Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like the video, subscribe on your favorite podcast application, and join our Facebook group. We appreciate you being a part of Revolutionary War Rarities. This has been a production of the National Society, Sons of the American Revolution.